We all have pressure in our lives, and pressure makes diamonds, and yet in the heat of a moment that pressure can lead to various ways that we handle a situation, either aggressively or bringing out some degree of kindness, and that's what Diamond Kind is about.
Today we're here at Cargill Guitars.
We're guitar manufacturers, and the bulk of the business is maintenance and repair work. The business has been open 64 years and was started by my father, who was picked randomly from his classroom. When he was 13 years old, a local businessman came over who made instruments, and they were looking for apprentices, and Merv had had enough, I think, of the academic world at 13.
That sounds fair enough.
That was, I didn't know then, but that was my destiny too. When he was picked from that classroom, that was my course to follow on in his footsteps. And back here when they built this house, it was just solid tea tree around the area. It was a dirt road. They built the house, they built the workshop after the house was built, and that slowly the business built up, and he gave away his night shift job and he went full time here. And his skills were far and beyond what most people were getting at that time. He was a fantastic polisher of lacquer, and his setup work was unbelievable though, and that's what really got him recognised. He used to set up guitars with super low action, really easy to play, and subsequently got all the top bands of Australia coming through here. Had famous clients like Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, and a few international artists were sprinkled through there as well. Little River Band, Australian Crawl, and all the top bands of the time. When I grew up watching this, I used to watch all the stars come down and see Merv. I thought, well, what else would you like to do? You know, I mean,
the decision was
they come
easy.
to visit him. It's not the other way around. He doesn't go to visit them. To do the job, I always say you've got to have three trades pretty much mastered. You've got to be an A-grade finisher, French polishing, or whatever lacquer finishes you're doing. You've got to be an A-grade woodworker, and you've got to be able to do the electronic side of things too. And then you covered three major components of the guitar building industry. So I started did an apprenticeship with Merv for 5 years. I went and did electronics and became a audio mechanic. Because of the skills I had from here, I got offered all the top bands wanted to, were happy to have me on board. So, worked for a fair few bands over the years, including Boom Crash Opera, and probably about half a dozen top bands, finishing with Crowded House. Yeah, so I've had a very gifted career from being Merv's son. I was born into it, and I was lucky to be. And he was great. He didn't force me in any way. He was he actually forced me to look at other careers, because he didn't want to just railroad me into this. But in the end, I came into the garage in Seaford, and the joke
where
is
we are now.
Yeah. I'm the oldest kid that never left home. Yeah. I haven't lived here for like 35 years, but I mean, I was coming here every day.
Yeah,
so,
you may as well.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a great spot. Hadn't need to move the business ever, because everyone knows where we are, and it's a focal point. Yeah. But sadly, Merv passed away a year ago, so still dealing with that and coming to terms with all that. After working with him all my life, it's a big one, Mentor, father, work colleague for 44 years. Yeah. It's pretty huge. Yeah. So, he's sadly missed. This is one I made last year for a CEO of a business, a pharmaceutical business, and he came in and he wanted something for his 60th birthday. The trick with this job was I had 4 weeks, I think, to do it. Yeah. That's it there. So he wanted a custom inlay, a slotted headstock, 12 fret to the body. That's what he rang up and he said he got any 12 fret guitars, and he wants 12 fret to the body, which sets the neck further into the body and brings the bridge down more into the centre of the lower bout, which is great for projection and volume. So that's a Madagascan rosewood, and it's got a bear claw top. professional spray painter, lacquerer. I've got people that help me in the workshop here. I've got 2 technicians that do electronical work, and I've got a specialist pickup winding guy. So I've called in a lot of people to help me cope with the workload, but it all comes through me. So I've still got to be careful about how much we take on.
And Jim, you know, this show, it's called Diamond Kind. That's the name of our series, our show. And the idea is to think of, you know, a time where you've been under a lot of pressure.
Yep.
And you've come through that time or that moment with a degree of kindness.
I always try and just, you know, if a situation arises that's not, you know, that's intense or requires a lot of, you know, really puts it on you, I think it's best just to step away for a sec if you can. If you're going to really be driven to that point of being furious about it, just to let yourself, give yourself a few minutes to cool down. Just think about what you're going to say.
Jim, that's for you.
Thank you.
That's all right, E15, have a go.
I'm thirsty.
Tell me the truth.
Okay. It's nice, refreshing.
It's as healthy as it could get.
Good stuff in it, hey?
Only good stuff. No sugar, no caffeine. That's
Great.
the point. So we're inventing what it means to have an energy drink.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Jim. Yeah.
Thanks,
Enjoy the
mate.
drink.
Good idea. Thank you. Drink's awesome.
Cool.